Hey, thank you for coming by Tory Magoo 44. It is Christmas time. We're in the middle of Hanukkah right now, and happy holidays to everyone. Many people have been asking, many people. I did a video a little while ago when I was up in Seattle, and part two of what happened to us in the Seattle Ideal Org. So this is actually just a summary of it because we had the beginning of it, but it was a little bit too funky to make into a video, and the end of it, which is very funky and mostly long things of nothing happening. So I figured I'll just give you an update of one and two, or one and three. So this is kind of part one and part three of that going into the Seattle Ideal Org. So John Kimball and I were up there and we said, let's go to the Seattle org, which I mentioned. So going in, we thought we'd basically just go in and they'd probably kick us out. That's how they used to be in the old days. They'd call HCO call order and kick people out. So we walk in with our cameras on, both of us. We walk in, the guy says, hello. We say, hello, we're here to check things out. And we keep walking. There's nobody there. There's maybe two staff members that are there. And so we walk in, I say, let's sit down. And we sit down, and that's the last video that you see, where I'm sitting at some kind of a video, and they come up and say, what are your names? And John says, John, and I say, Tory. The guy leaves and then comes back and says, you're not welcome here. So I say, okay, well, John says, we're here to get my SP declare, because the last time he was there, they said he was an SP, but he doesn't have a declare of it. And per Scientology technology, if it isn't in writing, it isn't true. So we were like, okay, give him the SP declare. And that's what that whole video is about. Okay, so we're there. We finally decide at the end, when you see us laughing, let's just go. That's it. They're obviously not going to do it. They're not going to keep Scientology working the way they're supposed to, applying everything. And so we leave. And we go outside, and they follow us outside. Their parking lot is a very skinny parking lot. And John has a pretty big truck, so he backs out, and it happens to tap into the car behind him. There's no dents, but immediately they call the police. Now, we thought they called the police about that, but it turned out they called the police saying we'd been trespassing and God knows whatever else they said, because they sent 3 cop cars. Now, it's a little tiny parking lot. Imagine 3 police cars facing us, and we're in this truck, right? And the cop jumps out and he says to John, throw out your keys. And John says, why? There's no reason to. You have 3 cop cars, blocking the driveway out. Where is he going to go? And I think, being from LA and knowing these police here will shoot people for stuff like that, I think I'm getting out of the truck. So I basically opened my door, and at that point, a cop comes running around to me and says, don't get out of the truck. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. I am getting out of the truck. I'm a senior. I need your hand. Give me your hand. And so he gives me his hand. We get out, and he says, it seems like you have kind of an issue here. And they had yelled, we're taping and videotaping this entire thing. So I said, okay, let's get something straight here. You're videotaping and taping all this per your own words. These people stop free speech, and they break up families, just to name 2 of their many abuses. But just to keep it short, those are the 2 major ones I'm talking to you about right now. So if you agree with those, you say that on tape. And at that point, he kind of changed from I'm an enemy to like, okay, let's just iron this out, right? And basically at the end, they said that we're not going to fill out any kind of a form. There was nothing. There was nothing. I said, these people are famous for making a mountain out of a molehill. That's what they do. And if you're a police officer and you're watching this, really be alert to it, because they do. Most police are. They've kind of caught on that that's what they do. And Scientology, the more you do that kind of thing, the more enemies you make. I used to tell them that when I was in. You are creating your own enemies, Scientology, by the stuff that they do. And now that I'm out, I say it all the time. They create their own enemies. That's it. I mean, there's thousands of people around the world now that are speaking out against them. Would they have been if they hadn't been doing this abusive stuff? I doubt it. But they keep doing it, and more people keep going, wow, that's really not okay. I'm in it. And, there's places all around the internet where you can learn more things that are going on. Tony Ortega's site is a great site. Every day he's got something. I used to say it, this could be the biggest soap opera in the world if somebody took it on because there's stuff every day. It's like material. And so, anyway, that's basically part three. We left, that was it. And we thought, how ironic. I mean, they were so thrilled that we maybe created this accident, which we didn't. But it was ironic for us to see, wow, this is really their product now. They used to get thrilled about people getting auditing or training or finishing things. Not anymore, really. They're into fighting the critics and finding out something evil they did, and oh wow, that's so exciting. And it really isn't. It really, really isn't. Just like my last video showing the clown. I mean, there's a clown. And the clown, for a second, kind of went along with the security guard. Okay, I won't talk to her because he was a mime and he kind of was miming, come take a picture with me. And they pulled him aside and I read the thing. And, when the world can trust, when we in the world can trust each other, when people of earth or whatever he says, we'll have peace on earth. And it's like, okay, and that's a demonstration of trust? I don't think so. I mean, I was doing nothing. I was standing on a public sidewalk. So thank you, Scientology, for creating your own enemies over and over and over. It's really fantastic, and it helps us tremendously. And Miscavige, you are the king of it. You and Tom Cruise could do everything you're doing. Just keep on doing it because you are fantastic at showing the world why we do what we do. So thank you very much. And to everyone, I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. All right, there you go. Peace out. I love you guys, and thank you for coming to my YouTube site. And have a fantastic holiday. Bye bye.